to do something new here. It's time for Talkin' Trailers, where I talk about the latest and greatest things that are talking about the latest and greatest things. Cue title scene! For the inaugural Talkin' Trailers, let's talk Thor, aka Thor, the Dark World. Now, for those of you who don't know, the first Thor was the third successful Avengers Phase 1 Initiative movie. Basically, it worked as simple. Top would be Iron Man 2, then Iron Man 1, Thor, Captain America, the Incredible Hulk. But now, as we enter Phase 2, we are left with an interesting conundrum. Obviously, you can't count the Avengers in most polls, because that film is the third highest grossing movie of all time. Looking past that, so far the most successful Marvel movie has been The Amazing Spider-Man, which is the 47th highest grossing movie of all time. Plus, with expectations going wild for Iron Man 3 coming out in a couple of weeks, we can basically assume that that film will also exceed previous box office records for Marvel movies. This leaves an interesting question. Where does that leave Cap and Thor? Well, the answer is unsure. The thing is, Captain America, due to the confusion over Mark Ruffalo as the Hulk, is now the lowest grossing of all the Marvel properties released for the cinematic universe. Because of this, that puts Thor in an awkward position as being essentially the hero to start off the Avengers plotline. So, how do you top things? How do you reinvent everything so that it works? Captain America is going the direction of using old-fashioned star power like Robert Redford, as well as new heroes. Where does Thor go? Because of this, they've decided to basically scrap everything and go a completely new direction. Well, not exactly. It still fits within the direction of Phase 2. Make things look very serious and very dark at first, but as we get closer to the film, we see some of the more funnier, the more action-packed things, which will most likely happen as we get closer to the October and November release dates. Now, the trailer itself is actually pretty awesome. The thing is, as I'm sure everybody here knows, the original director for Thor left. Because of this, there was sort of a question who to get. Many other directors dropped out, but they were able to secure a director from Game of Thrones, whose name I don't remember because I'm too lazy to double-check my resources. Yeah! Now, this new trailer is dark, it's a little bit suspenseful, adventurous, it's got a lot of that Sir Anthony Hopkins narration we all loved from the first movie, but it clearly deviates from the original. Obviously, the original Thor was very good for what it is. It's not a particularly dark film, it doesn't go overboard with the Vikings. It was really a very straightforward attempt, but it did take a lot of liberties, like ditching the feather hat, giving him a beard, and making normal humans relevant. So the question is, for this next direction, as the Marvel Cinematic Universe goes more comic bookish by using Extremis or Thanos, where does this film lead? The question? Elves. The bad guys are the Dark Elves. We get one shot at them. I have a feeling they're still tweaking them with CGI because the shot's kind of rubbery, very new. Again, these films are under a lot of pressure to get out new trailers, new movies, all this stuff. So because of this, I'm going to say that the trailer is showing as much as it can of what's completed and showing the stuff that still needs a little work. Again, we still have a long time, and realistically, Thor knows it's not going to compete with Man of Steel when that comes out, so that's why I think they decided to go with a more later in the year release date for a film that would normally happen in the mid-June to early July range. Now, because of this, I am going to say this trailer is a solid 8 out of 10 on the trailer scale. Because it is great, it's adventurous, it shows the direction of the film, leaves you great suspense wondering what's going to happen to Natalie Portman's character, but it does have that one mistake. Also, I feel not showing like a direct action scene. You see clips, you see snippets. I would have liked to have just seen, more direct fights. Again, they can't show a completed elves battle, but the biggest draw of this trailer is Thor and Loki. Thor says he's gonna kill Loki and kill him and kill him. Loki's like, yeah, right. I'm not going to say yeah, right, but I know you, my big blonde brother. And things will get epic.